Hey, this is Brian Woodward, broker of Remax Energy Real Estate. Today is episode 5 of What's Your Story. I hope you enjoy today. I'm here at Ross Seed and Feed in El Reno, Oklahoma. We're going to visit with their master gardener, Barbara Chadwick. Hope you enjoy. I wanted to introduce everybody to my new best friend, Barbara Chadwick, who's master gardener here. And just tell a little bit about what's going on. Is basically this winter I built a couple of garden planters for my wife, like 4x8 garden or 4x12 garden planters. I built a couple of them. Come out here a few weeks ago to buy some plants and was so impressed by the knowledge and everything. I'm like, everybody needs to know this. Everybody needs to know there's a place in our county you can come to and get the information you need. So I thought I'll talk with Barbara and find out, basically what does somebody need to know to get their garden started at home. So.
Well, thank you very much for coming to see me today, and it makes me feel good that I put such an impression on you. It's what we try to do here at Ross Seed and Feed. We've been in business since 1949, and customer service is absolutely the most important thing.
Right.
Whether it be inside buying a hammer or out here buying a plant. And now is the time that people are coming to me wanting to know how to get their garden started, what do they have to do, and I always try to go through the simplest way of just saying, make sure that you find the right selection for that garden. You can't put it under a tree where there's shade. You have to have 8 to 10 hours of sun for tomatoes to be made or squash to be made. So you have to pick the right selection. You have to make sure that you have the correct soil. If you're going in ground, I always recommend that you go to OSU and get a soil test. It costs $10. It's very cheap, and they come back with the information that tells exactly what your soil needs. In your case, as you made raised bed gardens, you came and found out what kind of soil needed to be. We have a special soil just for raised bed gardens. We have a special soil just for organic people who want to be organic. So there's all kind of different soils that we provide for you, and several of the people that work in this nursery are master gardeners, and so no matter what day you come, you should be able to be faced with a master gardener who can help you pick what you need for your situation. There's amendments to your soil to help it become vital and give nutrients to your plants. So another thing is, I always tell people, only plant what you're going to eat. There's no reason to plant eggplant if you're really not going to eat it. So figure out what your family likes and make sure that you put that in your garden. I always say that you have to feed your plants correctly. A lot of times we can fertilize the ground before we plant, but then we also need to fertilize that plant as it's growing, because it usually takes 90 to 120 days for a garden's produce to be made. And a lot of times if you're just pouring on some Miracle Grow, that's out of the ground in 10 days. And we have a longevity program that helps feed those plants for you all the way through.
They probably make it last longer into the year also.
It will make it last longer.
So your
to the year.
tomatoes, you can get all the way into what, October?
And I'm pulling tomatoes in October in my yard. So
awesome.
If you put down the right nutrition, you don't have to be finished in June. You can continue on and have a full fall garden. And more people are understanding that it's not just a few months of gardening. You can take it from March to way into November with the right nutrition to your plants. And again, it's always about Mother Nature and what she deals out. The hailstorms, the tornadoes, the high winds, it can just ruin everything that we've spent months trying. But I always tell people, gardening is year to year. If you didn't get successful about it this year, you learned a lot, and we're going to add to that next year and help you to be more successful each year as you go through gardening. So at Ross's, we always try to have top-notch plants that are grown locally. Most of the bedding plants come from the Red Dirt greenhouse in Guthrie. Okay. A lot of my large trees and shrubs will come from Greenleaf Nursery in Tahlequah. And so we try to push our money locally the same way as we ask people to shop locally with us. So always buy your products from a reputable nursery who has good plant product for you. If you start with a good plant and you feed it right, you're probably going to be successful in getting what you want.
Right. What about if you have, like, let's say you live in a neighborhood and you don't have a big yard? So what are kind of some options you could have to grow a few vegetables?
Well, we have an
in your backyard?
Oklahoma company called Smart Pots, and they make a fabric container that you can raise a garden in. I've got examples of those here at Ross's to show you how I garden in them. They are wonderful products for folks who are in apartments, or the elderly who can't get down in the ground, but yet they can put this Smart Pot fabric container up on a table and plant their tomato in it, and still be able to have a garden in a very small square foot kind of thing.
Right. Awesome. That's so neat. You guys, listen, on April 14th, they're having their big sale out here at Ross Seed and Feed. So come out, visit with their master gardeners, and that's what I had to do because I just didn't have enough information to even be able to get started. So come out, visit with Barbara and the other master gardeners out here, and they would love to visit with you and talk to you. And Barbara, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming. Come anytime.
All right,
Thank you. We welcome you in.